Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Kimmel here, and it's time for an epic Beyblade X. Got the X theory discussion video, man. So, recently watched episode 124, and I decided to make a part 2 to a theory video that I made some time ago talking about the missing kids. So, yeah. So, we're doing it. We're fucking doing this damn shit. So, yeah. So, I'll give you guys 5 seconds to click away off the video just out of respect. And this is also a spoiler warning for you. So, you've been warned. But, yeah. So, a brief synopsis, brief summary of, like, shit going on with this. Zero KUROSUS with his 9 children, declaring war over the original X Tower. You know, and he's doing that with his own kids, which that's just like, what the fucking fuck? He's just using his own kids, and it's like, just makes me just fucked up, and just makes me just mad as fuck. It just, like, I mean, I made a video talking about the kids' redemptions, but basically now we're at things now with this second half of the second arc of season 3. You talk about, you know, one going after the pros, you know, defeating most of the pros, because, you know, after, like, what happened with, like, the battle between X and Chrome and all that, you know, they took a 2-week break after that, and you talk about chaos. So one showing up, going to the original X Tower, defeating the pros. So you talk about Suganic, Yggdrasil, you talk about major teams like what? Team Goldius, you know, Yoko, Misleaders. You talk about so many other bladers just like losing against one, and it's like, holy shit, you know. And then you talk about this build up. So after when one got challenged, you know, one facing all the pros, he defeated most of them, but like majority of them he still like hasn't got by yet, which is the 1% out of the 99% that Zero can't predict, and it's motherfucking Persona, Chrome, Persona, Pendragon, and Zoniac, which they still got to get by them. But you know, but Zero showed up in this episode. Well, I think the very first episode after coming back from the break, Zero made the announcement of like, okay, I guess now you know what we've done, I guess, and just challenged them to go up to the original X Tower, which I honestly should be told, I see it, I knew from the jump, because I mean, I kind of expected it, because, you know, like, the original X Tower's done. The original X Tower's done, there's nothing that they can do. The original X Tower, they've done everything with the original X Tower, so it's just fine, you know, it's just true, you know, just going up the true X Tower. So Persona's going up the true X Tower with things, because they're the 1% out of the 99%, but, you know, Zero still gotta get through, you know, because, you know, it's still in Zero, you know, they, like, Zero still has to, you know, Pendragon, like, Zoniac, you know what I mean, like, he still has Dumb, and, you know, like, Dumb going in. So, good things. So, with things now, it just gets to where the point Persona's climbing up the original, the true X Tower. We're seeing blitters like 2, 6, and 7 showing up. You know, swear to God, they had to like save them for last, because they wanted to do the 6, 7 just saving them for last. You know, one showing up with things with this. They having one going out first, which I mean, like, isn't one the strongest, but like, you know, Zero, like, you know, I don't see one losing. Like, he's not even showing his true power. This man gives me vibes of like Reggie, Free, like I mentioned before with other theories. But also, it's a thing that got me fucking nervous, because they put one in the fucking the first blader to step in with this, and he's not even showing his true power. Like, I feel like when this power is max, bro, that's the fucking shit that got me nervous, bro. Because, like, I mean, like, they're really, truly hyping up one as the strongest, and It's either it can go down the path of like, is Zero making him think that he's the one, or all along it was just X, because X hasn't lost an official battle yet. He hasn't won. He's been undefeated. He's been undefeated, man. He hasn't lost a single battle yet. The only blade that really got by him was Chrome, I would say. But X is still undefeated, man. So maybe Zero didn't realize. Maybe he didn't see the power in X because he's orphan. Like X was orphan, and it's just maybe the 10th kid was the strongest, and it was literally right in front of your fucking balls, bullseyes, and you know just never realized it, and just using the 9 kids to go after the pros and all that. But yeah, and then it gets to the point where 1 is there, and like I mean 1, like I don't see 1 going down. It's gonna be like I see it playing out. This is my theory on how this can go down. Number 1, I can see either it being a draw, where a point is so intense, like it just ends a draw. If the battle's intense though, but it ends just a draw. You know, that's the first one. The second theory is, what if one, you know, what if 1 gets defeated? Now, this is not the type of defeat, like, okay, like, it's kind of like how Lance and Bird, you remember their first battle, Lance, he lost because, you know, like, Bird won because of Lance, you know. Like, Lance wasn't, you know, he was playing with Bird, you know. He wasn't really being serious about the battle, you know, kind of just like what? Just, I don't know. Oh my God, where's my brain at today? I can't fucking think. Oh my God. He was playing with him. What the fuck is it? I don't know. I can't think what the fuck the word is. But he was, I guess he was like, he wasn't using his full potential, full power. I know his damn word, and I can't think, dude. I swear to God, it'd be like that sometimes. Fucking ADHD. So what? I don't know, man. My mind's just went blank. Oh my God, what the fuck is it? He wasn't using this like, oh my God. Shit. Oh, that's why I said theory videos are so hard to make. I generally just can't think, but you know, Bird won. I'm gonna try to sit here and just try to talk and see if I can just bring it out of my mind. But you remember how the first time Bird and Lance battled, Bird won. It wasn't a win, you know. He let Bird win. Lance let Bird win, you know. So if that makes sense. So Lance faked his win because he wasn't showing his power. I guess that's how I'm gonna say it. But I'm not gonna waste time on this video. But that's just how it was. Bird won because he faked one. Like, Lance let Bird win. He wasn't showing his true power, you know. He just let him win. And honestly, I think that's what one's going to do. Where, like, he's just, okay, just like I'm losing just to let you win. If that makes sense. So, he's not showing his true power yet. You know. It took me so long to think about that. But, yeah, I'm just moving along. But, you know, that's just how I see 1 going down. Recently in the battle, you know, 1 and Quinn about to face off, but we see a new character showing up, which is 2. So 2 showing up with Bullet Griffin and all that bunch of good stuff. The gimmick with Bullet Griffin's dope. You know, they affect this gimmick in a major way, and I love how they did with Beyblade. It's like the perfect gen for a projectile gimmick, and I fucking love it. So you talk about like what, like the split gimmick, Infinity NATO type shit with this. Like, you talk about motherfucking, you know, Phantom Fox. You talk about Venom and Erase Dilabolos, you know. Do them Phantom, the Valorant Double-O's. You know, paying homage to Delta with it. You already fucking know. You know, the bullet gimmick. Oh, yeah, dude. How fucking yeah, man. You know, and you also talk about the projectile gimmick. So, the Phoenix, the hub of the Phoenix. you know, Prominence, Dead Phoenix, Revive Phoenix. And a lot of people sleep on this gimmick, man, just because like it's a gimmickly base. Just like don't underestimate it. And even it showed by like the perfect Phoenix that they had in Burst. You know, that thing was powerful. Combining like the Dead Armor, because the Dead Armor had all the weight, and then you got the hub of the Revive having like the metal with it and making it perfect Phoenix. So making that like super strong with it. And I feel like you make some good Griffin combos. I mean, it even shows it's been up there in meta. You know, they've been taking out some meta bays, and that's what I love to see. You know, they perfected this gimmick with the bounce. They kept the balance with it because they didn't want it to be too OP. You know, the weight is it's divided equally. You know, like I think it's like 63 grams altogether, and that's like the heaviest Beyblade altogether if we honestly think about that. But they wanted to divide the gimmick. It's divided equally because they divided it equally, you know. They didn't want it to be too OP, if that makes sense, you know. But Bullet Griffin's gonna be a dope bang. We still need to see 2, 6, and 7 show up. Still need to see 6 and 7 showing up with things. You know, like Ring Aether and Valor Bison. It's gonna be dope. They're gonna have dope gimmicks, and I'm excited to see how things are gonna go. So how things are gonna go from here? If one technically lose, it's gonna pause one. So they're gonna bring in like 2, 6, and 7, and then maybe one's not done. Because if they're establishing one to be the strongest, like he's gotta take out like Omega and Chrome. That's why I said Pendragon and Zodiac are still not out of. They're still not done. You know, like Zero's still gotta get through them. You know, or Zero's still gotta like, you know, I don't know, but you know, you still gotta get through them. You know. And, you know, because it's the 99% out of the one. So, you know, you still got to get through things with Dom, and, you know. But here's the thing, you know, because, like, 2, 6, and 7 is going to show up. And, you know, they don't know nothing about their base. They don't have any data on any of their base. So it's completely blind, you know, going with the battle, you know, don't know anything about the base, you know. And they're going to have a tough time taking them out, you know, because they don't know nothing about their base. And then it gets to the point where, like, eventually they're going to start taking out 2, 6, and 7. And then it's going to be down to the 1. And it gets me nervous because X and 1. I talked a lot of this about the theory video. I'm just summarizing it down. If you haven't went and checking it out, go and check it out. But it's going to come down to 1 and X. And I'm fucking nervous, man. You know, we're seeing a little bit of their power going rogue. You know, X's power is starting to go to the dark side a little bit, starting to show off with things. But haven't, like, their power, like, even 1 and X, their power hasn't went to the max yet, you know what I mean? And that's where I'm nervous, because 1, like, Zero send out 1 just to play with all the bladers, like, some type shit, you know, you just have them just, you know, just go out and just do shit, you know, it's going to be where the point where it's going to be 1 and X battling, you know, their power going max, and it got me scared, man, it really got me scared, like, even with the theory videos I made. But, you know, but that's just how I see it going with things. You know, they're going to bring in 2, they're going to bring in 6 and 7, you know. They're going to probably take the wins over Persona because they don't know nothing about their base yet. And even Zero knowing them, because, like, he's a fortune teller, he sees through the future. Even, like, if they're pulling out new base, Zero's going to know because he's a motherfucking fortune teller. Future. He can predict the future. But it's just going to be insane. It's going to be insane. You know, it's gonna be insane, especially if they're like if he's making them think that 1 is the strongest, then you know he definitely gotta like, because we still gotta see like Omega, Chrome, still gotta take down those bladers, and it's gonna be tough, man. I said it from the jump, it's gonna be hard to take down 1, you know, because you're trying to hype up 1 as the strongest, and holy shit, you know, but you know, and you know maybe through this tower, you know, it's gonna be like that sort of point, like. At the end of the day, the kids are all used. Like he's using them as pawns, and it's like, and I said this before with the redemption about 2, 6. I mean 4, 5, 3, 4, and what, like 8. You know, him coming in you know, having their redemption arc, and I hope they have a redemption arc, because all the kids are being used, and only Zero just cares about the one, you know, because he only sees him one, and Zero is also, like, you know, he's, you know, like, because Zero, like, I feel like Zero's after X, and that's where I'm, like, nervous. I'm nervous, man. I'm fucking nervous, bro. I told you, man. I'm nervous. It's gonna be fucking crazy, bro, and I'm not ready, man. I'm not ready, man. But yeah, but I guess that's where I'm gonna go and end it off. Don't want to sit and make this theory video long. But yeah. Yeah, but I hope y'all enjoy. It's probably gonna be the last theory video I'll make for a little bit. You know, when episode 125 gets subbed, you already know I'll watch it and all that bunch of good stuff. Gotta wait on it to get subbed, but you know. But I'm excited to see how things are gonna go in the show. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all thought, and it's gonna be intense. Like I said, eventually 2, 6, and 7 is gonna go down. Because if they're having them one to be the strongest, like, you gotta get through like Omega, Chrome, and all that. Because X is he's still undefeated, you know. So, yeah. And I hope all the kids have a redemption arc. At the end of the day, I hope they all have a redemption arc at the end of the day. Because Zero's just using them as pawns, and like, it's sad. Like, you're just treating your kids. You're using your kids for like data and shit to make the ultimate Bay, Glory, Valkyrie. And I said this before with the Zero KUROSUS, like the true future. You know, made a whole in-depth part 3, the phase 3 on it, so y'all can go and check it out. But yeah, but I'm gonna end it off here. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash crap down below. Let me know how I did it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for some epic content, because I will ring that bell and crap stay notified whenever I upload a video, you guys. But anyways, guys, till next time, it is your boy Kimbo signing off. See y'all later. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay awesome and go shoot. Let it rip. I'm up out of here. Like I said, man, this Zero's a menace, man. I'm telling y'all, like, this man reminds me of like Theodore, Theodore from Burst. You talk about Metal Fight, the Metal series. You talk about Doji. You know, you talk about Dr. Ziggurat. You know, this man is going to be fucking insane, bro. Bro, we ain't ready, bro. We ain't motherfucking ready, bro. Your boy got goosebumps, bro. We ain't motherfucking ready.